Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. It was really hot here, and we had very little wind. So we have temps in the mid 90s, still 91, 92 at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and humidity 60% plus. I mean, it's like being east of the Mississippi. So you could cut the air with a knife. Made for very slow going, very quiet weekend, didn't push anything real fast, and that's kind of what happened to the markets over the weekend. It is midsummer and things are slow, and there wasn't a lot of news to drive the trading. We'll start with a disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we had a new highs in equities on Friday. We had news early in the morning that took treasuries to new highs. We had a very weak close, so if we take a look at where volume is from Friday, we've got volume at 28, and we've got volume down here basically at 20, 21. These two places, we got volume in both these places. So I'm guessing maybe a trading range market today with sellers into 126 and perhaps buyers 16 to 20, and that's what the play will be. The overnight session has made new highs from when I did the work. We've got up to 26, so we'll make 27.31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, 17 to 21, buy 1. We're going to raise that a little bit from what's in the email. And then 9 to 13, buy 2. Today's news: Empire State Manufacturing Survey looking for 15.0. No Fed governors speak today. So this tends to yield a trading range market. It is Monday. It is the middle of the summer. Can you believe summer's halfway over? I know by the middle of August some of us will be looking forward to fall temperatures, a cool down, which universally probably everybody's favorite season. Kids have gone back to school. Summer's over. Weather cooling down a little bit. I know it's my wife's favorite season. I like them all, but you know, at the end of each season, I'm ready to move on to the next one. I don't dislike any of them. I hear people say, oh, I hate the summer, I hate the winter, or whatever. No one hates spring or fall, but I don't view them that way. Okay, 53.04, 1, 7 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2 on the bond. On the buy side, 20 to 24 is number 1. 13, 17, buy 1. And then we'll trade for 5 to 9, buy 2 on the 30-year. Looking at gold, which was up a little bit over the weekend. Only half the equity markets were up and half of them were down. Well, gold is trying to extend the range up right here, so we'll make 34.36, sell 1. 39.41, sell 2. This little low volume number here, and we got this high volume number, our tractor right there, so basically a 35 to 40 sell. On the buy side, 25, 28, buy 1. and 2022 by 2. Haven't seen any news that would explain the strength in gold, but quite often we have days like that. And the neat thing about our methodology and the approach we take to market is that we do trade with a discretionary idea. We are interested in being long and short at certain levels, but until we get our setup, we don't take the trade, and that protects us. We don't. We're not knife catching. We're not putting stuff out there just to be buying and selling. Okay, the euro sellers looks like 115.10. It is a P trying to trade a little higher, so we'll make 10 to 20, sell 1. 40 to 50, sell 2. On the buy side, 75.85, buy 1. And 50 to 60, buy 2. I remember spending a couple of stints in Chicago through the summer, and it's really hard to appreciate the humidity in Chicago until you've lived it, because our pictures of Chicago, the wind's blowing and it's cold as can be, but in the summer in the South Loop you got all those buildings that hold the heat, and basically the southern edge of the lake was pretty swampy or marshy, and they've paved it over. And I can remember many an evening in the South Loop with this humidity way up there and very high nighttime temperatures. Be a lot hotter than you think it should be in Chicago. Okay, crude held on pretty well over the weekend. Didn't see any specific news out there about crude that would explain it. Now, for some reason, I had to redo all of my crude charts. So crude's at the very bottom of my list. I'll probably be looking for crude several times today and not being able to find it before it dawns on me that it's at the bottom of the list. So 46.75, 47, pretty much where we were on the Friday afternoon, sell 1. 47.25, 47.50, sell 2. I forget who said we were going. I think Dave said we were going to 47.50. We'll see if that works out for Dave. 46 even, 46.25, buy 1. And then 45.50, 45.75, buy 2. And the E-mini. After what happened on Friday, making new highs, we would anticipate that today would be a pause day. There's no news to drive and take the market higher. It is pointed higher. We like the long side of the market. Don't see anything that tells us not to buy it, but we can sell failure to take out 60.62. And then maybe new high 64.66, sell 2. On the buy side, it is a P. We are looking at P's. If a G split would be the correct one right here. Maybe stops just below the overnight session low, so a 50.53 buy. We'll put a question mark at 55. It may take 55s to get in long to test the 60 to 62 level. And 45.47 for buy 2. This number right here, volume wise, is the important number. So as long as we stay above 45, this market can trade higher. Like I said, not much news to speak of today. Empire State Manufacturing Survey is called up 15. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I'll be back with you as soon as possible. Good afternoon. It is July the 17th, 2017. We'll start off with our disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, like an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, we started out today on the E-mini. Didn't think we'd have a higher market. We thought we would be contained. It would be a pause day after Friday's strong rally and strong close. So far that's proven to be correct. We had hoped to buy 53s to 50s. We said it might take a 55 to get in. There's your 55s. We specifically mentioned 59s. It would at least get that high. It did. Didn't produce very much of a trade. Then we had our 60 to 62, which was the area that we were looking to sell this morning if we couldn't come out, and it produced 1 and 2 trades. So again, understanding structure, understanding the market gives you access to information that you can reliably trade, that gives you trade location, that improves your bottom line, in my not so humble opinion. Okay, inside day, that implies trading range tomorrow. We don't have a lot of news. We've got import prices, export prices, and housing market index. Those usually do not impact the market by much. Putting everything together, this market is still pointed higher. And as long as we can stay above that 24, 45, 47 area, this area right there, this market can trade higher. Sell failure to take out 60, 62, 64, 66, sell 2. On the buy side, I think we can do a little bit better, so we'll try our 50, 53. Then 45, 47 for buy 2. And we'll see what we get. Treasuries were up today. Turned in a pretty good day. No auction this week. So they didn't attract much in the way of selling. Inside day, trading range tomorrow. And we may have started a new distribution. We're in a trading range right here. Ideally, you'd like to sell the 28 to the buck area. Buying 16s to 20s where we were this morning. 27.31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, 17 to 21, buy 1. 9 to 13, buy 2. Not much in the way of news tomorrow. Import-export prices, housing market index. Isn't it amazing what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now? How clearly Washington, D.C. controls the purse strings and most of the power, and they like it that way. And they're not giving up anything. They're fighting any proposed changes tooth and nail, and so far they're being pretty successful about it. And they've got the bucks, they've got the power, they've got access to the media, they've got it all. So they will not go quietly into the night. But if Trump sticks to his guns. He's got the votes. If he does what he says he's going to do. If he doesn't do what he said he's going to do, then he won't have the votes. Okay, the buck, just pretty much where we were this morning. Number 1, 7 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, 20 to 24, number 1. 13 to 17, buy 1. That's where we were this morning. Worked out pretty well. 5 to 9, buy 2. Looking at gold, which had a strong day. Haven't seen any explanation for the strength in gold. Higher low, higher high, find a place to buy it. And I'm not being flippant or glib when I make that call. You can see how tight the range was today. We had very little to work with. So resistance is at 35, 35, 37, sell 1. 39.41, sell 2. On the buy side, 30, 32, buy 1. 25, 27, buy 2. Crude oil had a weak close. We canceled our 04 buy. Made sense at the time. And I don't know what happened to my crude contract, but it disappeared yesterday. And F1, higher low, higher high. Find a place to buy it. Sure did. F2's not going to show that. We had an F split right here. Had a couple of B's behind us, and if you look at the Globex session, there was more volume in the bottom half than there was in the top half. Andrew this morning asked, how can we tell which way the long-term money is going? And I think you have to come in and you have to just read it on your F1 and your F2 screen. And you don't know who, you don't know why. You can just see which side the money is voting. And in this case, overnight session, A through E and F, they're voting to the short side of the market. So if you had to make a trade, you'd do it from the short side. 17 was the last rotate up. We're at 46.07. I'd like to think we could sell 25s to 50s. Don't know if we can, that might be a little generous. Too optimistic. 75 to the buck. We'll make 45, 50, 45, 75, buy 1. 45 even, 45 and a quarter, buy 2. You know, we don't talk about this much, but imagine the satisfaction you're going to get when you have mastered trading. It is the toughest game in the world, mentally. And you're up against the best minds, the brightest minds, and the money in the world all going after this. And if you can succeed and prosper in this arena, that's quite a statement. Very, very few people can make that claim. And I think we can get you there. Gonna try anyway. Move out of the middle, higher low, higher high, find a place to buy the euro. And looking at the F2 screen, it's P, we're having trouble there at 1525, so 1520 to 30. I think that's where we were. I think we were at maybe 10 to 20 this morning. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were at 10 to 20. So 20 to 30 sell 1, 40 to 50 sell 2. On the buy side, 115 even, buy 1. 1475, 1485, buy 2. And that's it for this July the 17th, 2017. I will see you bright and early in the morning. Hope you all have a good evening. It's my understanding, looking at the weather map, everybody's going to be experiencing summer here for at least the next 7 days. So might as well kick back and enjoy it. Y'all have a great evening. I'm out of here.